Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. Where to start? I almost don't know. I have notes all over this desk. Let's start off with this. This lovely piece of literature is in your inbox if you subscribe to my free newsletter. Link in the description of this video. You're gonna like this. At least I think so. So let's just step backwards to this new House resolution here, which all the U.S. can now use all means necessary to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. All means necessary, and declares it is the policy of the United States to prevent Iran from attaining a nuclear weapon. To me, again, this is a declaration of war. At least it sounds like that to me. Now, just to follow that up, we get our illustrious thing of, I don't even want to say president, but you know who I'm talking about. Whenever I say illustrious, I'm referring to it. Okay, you know who it is, the mummy. Anyway, I know I'm going to get hit because the man does have a fan club, but I don't really care. So the USS Florida, I just happen to be living here, an Ohio-class cruise missile submarine transited the Suez Canal on Sunday and joined the strike group led by the aircraft carrier Eisenhower in the Red Sea. Officials, just listen to this, from the Biden administration were quoted implying to Iran and Hezbollah that they were, and if they were to attack Israel, the United States is prepared to take military action. So the United States, which implies we the people, right? Because this is supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So we, the United States people, are prepared to take military action. No, you see, the vast majority, and I mean vast majority of American people do not want this. So what should scare you is they need a way to bring the United States people to back a military conflict of an unprecedented size here. Just so you know, this goes on to say here, U.S. B-1 bombers are also carrying out flyover missions over Lebanon and Syria as a show of force. Oh, okay. And the U.S. continues to fly military drones over Gaza. But those drones over Gaza, they're just looking. They're not firing a single weapon. You know they're not, because they're telling you that they're not firing any weapons, which is the biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard. Okay? We are, of course, firing weapons. But you're not allowed to know that here. Well, the U.S. is already fully engaged here. Let's just get that out too. But anyway, like I was saying, so being that we, the American people, are prepared to take military action, are you? I don't think so. I would be willing to bet that, I don't know, 99 out of 100 of you, maybe more than that, want no part of this here. But they're going to force you, just like they did. You remember 9/11? They brought down those towers here. And I got everyone to wave those American flags. That's what's going to happen again. They're setting the groundwork. They started with this resolution, wherever the hell I freaking put it. Oh, I don't even know where to break it is. This resolution here, it's unbelievable. The wording, I just can't get over the wording here. All means necessary, declaration. Sounds like a declaration of war to me, as I said. So they got to get the American people to back it. We already have all the military hardware over there. Did you know, just in case maybe you didn't, and you can verify this if you want to, every year the United States sends Israel $3.8 billion for their Iron Dome. Maybe it should be called the United States Iron Dome. Why is it the Israel Iron Dome if we pay for it? You pay for it. You know that, right? Okay. That's just part of the immense amount of cash that we funnel around the world into Israel, obviously. But people, you see, nobody looks into this stuff. Nobody considers maybe they should just dig a little deeper into this. Again, we have no representation anymore. You know that. If you're a citizen of the United States, you're like, sailing through the sea without a rudder here. There's no one here to back you up. But again, you're gonna be forced to back wars, and You are prepared for military action, meaning you're going to sign up for go fight this war, your children, your grandchildren. Oh yeah, because you're prepared for it. Okay. Let them send the broken down, disgusting, putrid, pathetic, illustrious, and all his family. Well, no, they won't go. No, 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 that doesn't happen. President's family members don't generally do that. They look to get out of it, and they want you to go fight the battle, of course. You know how this works. It's always the same. It's always the same story. Anyway, so on the back of this here, you saw crude oil today. Crude oil got smacked, and I mean walloped today. This was ugly with regard to crude. Despite all this going on here, and also in case you don't know, apparently in retaliation for rocket attacks from Lebanon, Israel hit several targets in Lebanon today. The war is expanding, as you and I have obviously discussed that it would, and you're prepared to fight this war because Biden says you are, and he's the president vomit his puke of the United States. So he's an authority figure, very authoritative, don't you think? He can barely walk, can barely speak. Oh yeah, but he's all of them over there, and not all members of Congress, so they're backing all this up. This $105 billion. Oh, what are they calling that? Whatever, this support package for both Israel and Ukraine. Tell me where we're getting $105 billion more dollars from. Well, maybe we're gonna borrow it from the Fed because that's exactly because we don't have it. Oh yes, and how about this? Do you know 2 years ago? You're sitting down. Sit down for a moment. Let Greg Mannarino just calm down, okay? Because my blood pressure is starting to go up. I'm getting a freaking headache here. I'm telling you. Okay, 2 years ago, it cost around $480 billion to service the U.S. debt. Now we just crossed the $1 trillion mark. We more than double in 2 years. Do you think that this is going to stop? Now, on top of that, we just also found out. Oh, this is beautiful. Where did I put that? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Put it here. Here it is. The U.S. trade deficit climbs again. Lovely. And to service the debt is now over $1 trillion. Now, debts and deficits, they're out of control. Now, something else that's going on, again, you and I are clear on this. U.S. credit card debt has now hit a new all-time record high. Meanwhile, credit defaults by people who can't pay their bills is also at an all-time high. Imagine my shock. Imagine your shock. Everything that we've been talking about, I don't know how far you want to go back, it's happening here. Going back to crude oil, this drop in crude oil, to those of you out here who trade crude oil, I want to hear from you. Do you think, in light of this clear setup towards much greater war in the Middle East, that this is probably a gift right now? Honestly, I can't imagine. So we have Jordan P. Crude going way lower. Why, buddy? Explain. I'm going to give you the floor because I want to learn something here. So Jordan P. is saying crude is going way lower. Let's all listen to this beautiful man. You ready? I'm going to keep my mouth shut and type. Oh, no answer. Interesting. I give someone the floor and they don't answer me. You there? Hello? Hello? Guess not. Anyway, people make comments like this and with no bearing on anything. They can't back it up, and that's okay. It may go lower. I don't know, but I'm telling you, the setup here is for crude to go much, much higher. Obviously. Anyway, like these people float around here. I don't know. Maybe they have some fun. You know what I'm talking about? He's thinking. Yes, Magic Mika. He's thinking. Anyway, crude oil fell. Gold fell. Particularly silver got hit pretty good. They're saying demand is down. Let's see what happens when we light up the Middle East with B-1 bombers here flying. What are they calling here? Flyovers as a show of force. Imagine, for example, I don't know, Mexico was flying bombers over the United States. You think we would think you'd like that if you just watch some, foreign bombers flying over your house? I don't think you'd like it very much, but we do that, here, because that's just the way it goes. Oh, anyway, Yeah, commodities got hit pretty good, Joe. You're right today. But this, with gold and silver, I already said that commodities would likely take a hit here. With regard to the risk on environment, if you recall, I said that's what they're doing here. The Federal Reserve, by manipulating the debt market here, buying more debt. Did you watch the 10-year yield came down a little bit today? The dollar knee-jerk higher. That was still a fear trade. Yes, indeed, the stock market finished higher today. That makes 7 consecutive days for gains with regard to the S&P 500. It's pretty incredible, but okay, maybe we're going to make an eighth tomorrow. I don't know. But when you have the Federal Reserve now in here buying more debt, when you have the Federal Reserve here doing what they can to weaken the dollar, despite the fact that it went higher today on a relative strength basis, I mean, what the Fed's doing, it's in our face. 22 Robert, thank you. With they're selling dollars, they're buying foreign currencies. All central banks do this to manipulate the value of their currency here. Anyway, that's this kind of, I said we would see probably pressure on commodities. I didn't expect to see this much. I'm going to be honest with you, but check my video that I think it was Sunday where I outlined this is the game that the Federal Reserve is desperate right now to keep the illusion real, keep the market propped up. And these things that are going on here with war, the expanding war, with we're prepared. You are. Biden says you're prepared for war, so I guess you are. You would expect to drive cash into the debt market as well. Keep rates will drop on the back of that, and that will push cash into the stock market. Do you see the game? That's how the game is played. Exactly, war games. It's all about war. Look, the United States today is armed to the teeth and beyond. Okay, not so much as a deterrent. Okay, a lot of people will say, "Oh, this is to deter things." Although you could make that argument, but the reason why the United States is armed to the teeth here is so the U.S. can exert its geopolitical might anywhere it wants to in the world. That's really what it's about. It's about forcing this nation or that nation to comply to whatever you want it to. It's essentially like holding a gun to somebody's head. It's the same thing here. Anyway, that's why we are where we are. And this mutually assured destruction thing that was around during the Cold War. There is something to be said about it, but in today's day and age, it's really about holding a gun to your neighbor's head. Honestly, thank you, Sea Wife. Sea Wife. I'm bad with that, but I appreciate it anyway. Why is cutting rates a bad thing? That is a great question. You know what? I wasn't going to do questions right now, but let's start off with that. Okay. When the central bank keeps rates suppressed, okay, it doesn't allow the market to do what it's supposed to do. It's a way of rigging the market. Suppressed rates or cutting rates opens a doorway for cash to make its way into the stock market, make its way into real estate, in creating incredible bubbles here. That's what we have. We have a market of distortions beyond, and I mean freaking beyond. This mechanism by central banks to suppress rates, keep them low. All it does, again, by faking the debt market, by artificially suppressing rates, not allowing the market to decide fair value, well, what happens is you get what we have now. Distortions across the spectrum of asset classes. And, cutting rates here moving forward is going to be a very, what's the word I'm looking for? A good thing, I suppose, for some of these major banks who loaded up on debt that's yielding nothing. So you should expect that the Federal Reserve will cut rates, as I said in my morning video. I hope you caught that. If you didn't, check it out. What the Federal Reserve is doing here, okay, let's just bring this out in the open, is they're allowing select banks to know specifically when and how much they're going to be cutting rates moving forward. You're not privy to this information. You all know that. Okay. Now, with that, they're going to allow certain institutions to load up on debt with a higher yield. That is going to help save their balance sheets. These commercial banks have literally watched their balance sheets evaporate. The value of their balance sheets has evaporated as the central banks, as the Fed in this case, has raised rates. You understand? So cutting rates would be a fantastic thing for the Wall Street super banks. Some of these are going to come out of it. Again, I think they're consolidating the system. I think we're going to see more bank failures. That's a lock. But understanding it's not so you have to realize what cutting rates does, what it's meant to do. What did quantitative easing do? Okay, when the Federal Reserve got in here and started buying buying all the debt, pushed rates low, reinflated the stock market bubble, reinflated real estate bubble, caused distortions across the spectrum of asset classes with regard to price action. And here we are today. And what are they doing? War. The system, you see, look, what it also creates is a liquidity crisis, for which do not lose sight of the fact that we today are in a full-blown liquidity crisis. And it will demand that more war, death, destruction, ruining of lives, on a biblical scale is going to happen, because again, they're not going to allow the system to dry up just yet. It is the end game. In the end game, this system will dry up. Again, all they're doing here by manufacturing more reasons to pull cash into the now is creating a bigger problem. It's not fixing anything. You understand? It will prolong the illusion. That's all it does. Honestly, and that's, you see, look, during President Trump's tenure, he's not stupid. A lot of you don't like President Trump, but the man is clearly not dumb. And he had the Federal Reserve, of course, pump and pump and pump and pump the economy with easy money, pump and pump and pump the market with easy money. And that fostered an illusion of prosperity. That's all it does. You have to understand, the financial crisis, that was the party over moment. That was when this all ended. It's over. This is not real. This is an illusion you're seeing. Heroin that has been pumped into the economy and markets on an unprecedented scale has fostered this illusion here. Honestly, I mean, what do you think kept the economy going during the scam pandemic here? They shut down everything, but meanwhile the stock market went higher. And who called that? How about me? Remember I said get long COVID, convid? Yeah, I did, and I took a lot of heat for that. I wasn't saying people should capitalize on it. I just knew they were going to pump and pump and pump, and that's what they did. Yes, XRP did give back a little bit today. I'm not surprised. The cryptocurrencies actually in aggregate did well today. XRP did give some back after yesterday's run. I mean, is that a surprise to anybody here? I don't think so. Anyway, so just go get my head back on straight here. There's fear in this market. I think with this military buildup here, these flyovers, the bomber flyovers, and the U.S. is now prepared for military action. Of course, what would you expect on the back of this resolution, which is a declaration of war against Iran? I mean, clearly, I went over this already. I'm not going to talk about it again. So there's a little fear here. There's a little fear in the market. The market. You see, you have to look. The market is driven by two factors. Only two: fear and greed. Fear is stronger. Okay, fear is stronger. Greed, it's like a frenzy, and fear creates it hits us at our primal level, and people go running for the hills really quick. You understand? Anyway, I think you get all this, people. I'm preaching to the choir again. I want to thank all of you. I got 589 thumbs up. Please let's bring that up to 800 before I get out of here today. I got a headache from getting all riled up before, so I think that's worth 800 thumbs up. This stuff. You know what it is? You know what it is? You know why? There is a lot of reasons why this stuff gets me worked up, but it's just so clear to me. And I want people, right, Joe? Truth is a very painful thing for some people to swallow. They can't handle it. And for me, like, when I see the way things are going, I understand the dynamics behind it. And it makes my blood pressure just go up. It makes me start to sweat. My heart starts pounding. You know what I mean? But again, all of you are in the same boat. Everybody, all of you who are here with me right now are pretty much the same people that come by every day for this live stream. I wish we had more people here for the live stream. I really, really do. We get around 2,000 people, something like that. But I wish we had double that for the live stream. Anyway, people, look, before I get in any trouble again, let's cover some more of your questions here. AFib. The accountant might be a doctor as well. Either that or he has AFib. Atrial fibrillation is what he's talking about. Anyway, with that, people, let's do a few things. Bullish on napalm. Oh man, look, there is going to be a lot of profiteering here. a lot of war profiteering here. It's already starting. Look at defense contractors. There's a lot of people piling in on this. Wow, we're just about at 800. I look. I already told you my stance on this. I will not buy defense contractors, and I would not hold that against a single person who does. All right, who am I to tell anyone what they should do or not do? I would not. I'm not a judge of anyone. Okay, um, but it's just I don't know. I need to sleep at night, and that would kind of for me. I mean, and that's just me. You know, what I mean, I would find other things to put my cash to work at. I will not put any money to work in defense contractors. S44BZ, thank you. I appreciate that. Melatonin. Is the Earth flat? You tell me, Slick Rick. It's above my pay grade. Sell the Copo and buy Bitcoin. No, I'll buy Bitcoin, and I don't need to sell the Copo. Thank you. Is that right? BB Yahoo had a sex change. Fantastic. I wouldn't. What do I know, man? Anyway, war before Christmas. We're at war now. Okay, just so we all are on the same page here. Do you think that all these overflights? This is not the drone flights over Gaza. We're not firing any weapons. Oh no. We're just looking. We're watching. There's a big eye over there. We're flying these drones over Gaza, but we're not firing any weapons at nobody. No, that's not what we do because we're beautiful and we just have a halo over our head because we live in the United States, which is a free nation. You know it's free because they tell you, but what are you actually free to do? Take it elbow deep in the gabagool? Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, it sounds like you're also prepared for war. Oh, yeah, your U.S. is prepared for military action, so you are, right? That's what the illustrious it thing says. Oh, yeah, we're ready. No, get ready for the false flag. Get ready for what they're going to throw at us. And the people are going to be in the streets waving their flags like they're told to do, like the slaves that they are. Oh, yes, we must punish so-and-so because they have weapons of mass destruction. But we couldn't find them, but they're somewhere over there. You remember Rumsfeld? Oh, we know where they are. They're over there somewhere there, but we never found them because they were never there. And we were sold that lie too. Who was held to account? How about nobody? Who'll be held to account for this one? How about nobody? But a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to die. And the more people that die, the higher GDP is going to go. Fed President, was it Hawker, talking about GDP? Oh, it's going to be really high the next time they report it. Well, we already know it is. Because not only are we bankrolling the Ukraine war, we're bankrolling Israel too. So come on. And that's counted towards GDP. But you see, you can't know that. You see, the Fed presidents, they think you're an idiot. I happen to know you're not an idiot. And you know exactly how this thing plays out, people. Anyway, that's the story, my beautiful friends. And yes, you are all freaking beautiful. I love every single one of you. And that is the truth. All right, I'm going to end this video. I want to thank you. We did hit that 800. Please, people, give this video a thumbs up. If you got something out of it, share it and comment. I promise to read the comments. All right. See you in the morning.